Um, Hello. I'm gonna apologize in advance. There are planes and children and people everywhere today, it seems. I guess that makes sense because it is Friday. So, yeah, just sort of bear with me, I guess, on all that nonsense. I've lived in Seattle for 3 months now. I love it here. I do. But all I've been thinking lately is that I made a wrong decision. Which I don't think that it was like wrong, but I just think that like I've had a little bit of an epiphany about my acting career recently, and I saw a curious incident of the dog in the nighttime when it tore through here very recently, and that's the art I want to make. That's the caliber, and that's the sort of like that's the stuff I want to do, man. While the theater scene is vibrant and lovely and beautiful here, I can't do the sort of work that I want to do in this city. Which breaks my heart. Breaks my heart because I don't want to live in New York. I really would not like to live in New York City. But I'm thinking that's where I need to go. And so then my brain takes that and says my moving to Seattle was cowardice. And me not like believing in myself. And me copping out. And shit. Which isn't true, I don't think. I think Seattle's what I need right now. I feel like I can't do anything. The way that what am I talking about? The way that my anxiety tends to manifest is that I just get super tired and everything seems impossible. Everything. From washing my dishes to cleaning my apartment to like just like getting a book and walking across the street to go to the coffee shop that's right there. Anything. Everything seems impossible because everything seems to take this like insane amount of effort. It's just so much easier and simpler to just spend all my time at home alone scrolling through the internet endlessly. I'm so tired of being tired. It's been bad these past couple weeks. I go through periods of like super intense inspiration and then I just like crash into a wall and then I'm like out for 2 or 3 weeks, which is really annoying. And you would think that I would know how to navigate that, but I don't. So I just spend my time being tired and sad instead, which doesn't get anyone anywhere. I have a lot of things that I want to do, but I don't do any of them. And so then, of course, I wonder, do I really want to do them? Or am I trying to meet some, like, weird ideal that I've built up in my head? Am I trying to meet the ideal of the self that I've built in my head? Or am I trying to meet the ideal that I think other people have built in their heads? And then that leads to me being like, oh, I don't know what I really want. And I don't know who I am. And I know that this is like your 20s and like you're supposed to figure shit out and whatever, but it's not fun. Like these aren't fun feelings to sit in. I really don't want to cry. I really don't want to cry. I just want to live somewhere quiet. Somewhere that's really green. Somewhere with seasons. Where I can wear sweaters. And I don't have to worry about what my legs look like in shorts. I just want to make art from home. I want to paint. And I want to draw and I want to read. And I want to bake. And I want to have fika. And I want to work out, but I don't want to like obsess over the way my body looks all the time. I want to do rehearsals for things like Shakespeare in the Park. And musicals, like a Little Night Music. And I would live somewhere with really, really big windows. And I would have 2 cats. And everything would be simple. And I'd be able to handle things as they came to me. Things just wouldn't be so much. You know? I tried to not set this up for myself, but I really thought that Seattle was going to help. And I don't know if it is. I'm just so desperate to be anything but myself right now. I just feel aimless And I know that when you're hot, you think you're never going to be cold again. When you're cold, you think you're never going to be hot again. And when you're sad, you never think you're going to be happy again. But I'll be fine. I just really wish I was better at navigating through these foggy periods, because when they hit, I do nothing. Nothing. I don't leave my apartment. I don't make an effort to see my friends. I don't make an effort to talk to my friends that are far away. All I do is go to work and go to rehearsal. I don't make an effort to go to auditions. And so then I think, well, if I'm so fickle, maybe I shouldn't be an actor. The thing about acting is that everyone always talks about how, like, you have to be, like, really hungry for it. And you have to, like, really, really want it. I don't know if I have that hunger that everyone always talks about. I just want to make good art. I just want to make good art that affects people. And I want to tell stories that don't get to be told, that deserve to be told. I'm so wrapped up in everything that goes on inside my own head that, like, maybe I'm not cut out for the industry. You know, I just wish existing didn't feel like a chore a lot of the time. Not all the time, but it feels like that a lot of the time. And it sucks, because there are a lot of things to love in the world. I know it doesn't seem like it right now, God, but there really truly are. Even the small things. Like when I was walking home the other night, and this car of girls drove by, and one of them rolled down the window and yelled, "Your outfit is really cute." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you, you're so kind." And then she, like, smiled and looked down and blushed, and, like, that's a wonderful something. I got to nap today in the sunshine in my unmade bed, like a cat. That's a wonderful something. My apartment is clean, finally, after, like, days and days of it being so untidy. That's a wonderful something. There are so many great leaves and flowers all over the street where I live. The way that the sunlight plays through the trees outside my window. Having a good old cup of tea with my friends. That's a wonderful something. Even though a lot of them are very far away right now. But I still have them. And they still send me laundry loads of love. I was just talking to one of my best friends, Brooke. I've known her for, is it 13 years now? Or 14? I think it might be 14. But me, her, and my other best friend, Disha, we've all been best friends for 14 years. We call ourselves the Golden Tricycle. I miss them with my whole heart. Disha lives in New York, and Brooke lives back in Houston. And it feels like my heart has been shattered across the country. But I was just talking to Brooke, and she says, do things one step at a time. That's really the way to do things. It's so easy to psych yourself out if you let your thoughts run circles around you, and learning how not to do that can be difficult and uncomfortable. That's what meditation is supposed to help with, being able to return to the present. We're both trying to be more mindful. She's been much better about it than I am. But essentially, if you look at everything all at once, it's really easy to freak out. I've had a lot of freakouts about my future. You have to build a wall around each day. One thing at a time. I just finished watching season 3 of Skam, which is that Norwegian show. And there's a moment when the two main characters in that season are lying together. Isak talks about, he says, or actually Sonia, Evan's ex-girlfriend, talks about how she was like, just take it a day at a time. And if that's too much, take it an hour at a time. And if that's too much, then take it a minute at a time. Or take it a second at a time. I get so overwhelmed with all the things I want to do, or the fact that the life that I want isn't lined up with the life that I have. And I get so frightened by that, because I automatically think that I'll never have it, and then that future that I've so carefully built for myself is an impossibility. But it's not. I'm just trying to take things a minute at a time right now, because it's the feelings of overwhelm that tend to lead to these, like, periods of fog. That's the way I describe it, because that's the way it feels in my head. It feels like I'm, like, swimming in fog. though things feel very permanent and very, this is in terms of like everything that's going on in my life and in your life and in the world right now. Everything seems like a lot, and it is, and it very, very well is. But everything is also temporary, so there's at least comfort to be found in that. But on the other side of that, discomfort is the only way to grow. And discomfort is the only way to change. I got that from Brooke Castillo. The only way to grow into your full potential as a person is to learn to make peace with discomfort. Because as you grow and as you change, obviously you're going to become uncomfortable because you're moving into a space that you've never been in before. But you have to make peace with that discomfort. And then once you do, the whole world is open to you. You know? So I think that's what I need to do, is like I just need to make peace with being uncomfortable. I hate being uncomfortable. I hate feeling like I don't know what I'm doing. I hate feeling out of my element. I hate feeling like I'm not good at things. I hate being bad at things. It is, but as Jake says in Adventure Time, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. So I guess I'll just try to take things one a day at a time and try to give myself a little grace and a bit of a break about everything. I just want to be able to I just want to be able to live my life, bruh. Without every single little thing feeling like this monumental behemoth to overcome. One of my friends here, Seth, is so good about that. He's so good about just seeing things for what they are. It is what it is. And every single time I talk to him, I'm just like, how does your brain work like that? And he's like, it's just, I take things as they are. And I'm like, what a wonder that must be. How incredible it must be. Okay. I'm going to turn my AC back on because it is very warm in this apartment. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to finish this cup of tea, and I think I'm going to journal and try and figure out some goal stuff, because the fog in my head thrives off of a lack of direction and a lack of purpose and a lack of motivation. So I'm going to try and work against that lack of whatever, and I'm going to try and channel some sort of something. We'll see. I love you. I hope you're doing okay, and whatever it is that you're doing. Please know that you're capable. You're a lot more capable than you think you are. Like, a lot more capable than you think you are. And you deserve the world. You deserve good things. Whether or not you believe it, and whether or not you forget that sometimes, you really, really, truly do deserve good things. And you are loved by me, at the very, very least. Though by many, many more, I assure you. But know that I love you. And I think you're a wonder and a dream come true. And you and me are going to get through whatever this is. Yeah? I think so. Every moment is an opportunity for change and growth and good things. So, stay brilliant. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, laundry loads of love. God, it is so warm. I'm so sweaty.